High Velocity Wrestling is a professional wrestling promotion based in Western North Carolina. HVW's events provide a family atmosphere featuring old school pro wrestling with a modern day flair, giving a little something for everyone. Hey, what is up? Welcome to the HVW Podcast, the official podcast for High Velocity Wrestling. I'm your host, Tom Clark, and we're here to give you the latest news and rumors surrounding High Velocity Wrestling, including updates on upcoming events and much more. Remember to follow us on all of our social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. The links are available in the episode's description. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the pod. Tom Clark here with you, HVW Director of Social Media. How's everybody doing out there today? Happy Monday to you. You don't hear that too often, do you? Probably because most of the time, Mondays suck. Hey, it is what it is. But guess what? If you're above ground, you're probably not doing too awful bad right now, all right? Things could always be much worse. Let's get a few banners going here tonight or this evening or this late afternoon. I don't know. Let's get some stuff ticking on the ticker. Actually, you know what? We got stuff to talk about. We got bunches of stuff to talk about. I don't really have an up-to-date ticker for Proving Ground. You know why? Because Proving Ground's over. And if you missed it, you missed it. You missed a great show, and it's your fault. It's all your fault. You should have been there with us. I told you. I told you, didn't I? Who told you if I didn't? Since April 1st, I said, you have to be at freaking Proving Ground. If you were there, then you know it was a great show. If you weren't there, shame on you because you missed out. Okay? Not my fault. I told you. You didn't listen. Hey, this is how things go. So, patience. Because you weren't there, I'm making you pay for it. I'm not really talking to anybody specifically. If you were there, kudos to you. You know what I'm talking about. You had fun. You had a great show. You enjoyed yourself. It was everything you thought it would be and much more. Well, guess what? We're here to talk about it today. There's some stuff for you to look at. There's the brand, the black and purple brand in full effect here tonight. High Velocity Wrestling Proving Ground. It was our big comeback event of 2021. Our first event since February 29, First Strike last year. Yeah, man, it was a long time coming. We had this thing scheduled a few different times. I forget how many times we had it scheduled, how many times we talked about it. I think it may have even undergone a couple of different name incarnations at various different points, okay? However, we finally managed to get this bad boy up and running. We couldn't wait to bring the company back in front of our fans, to go back live and do what we do, baby. And that is provide the best pro wrestling that we could possibly provide. And I feel that we did that. As I've said, for First Strike and Resurrected of 2020, we had great comments before, during and after the show, obviously, from fans who had a blast, and also from the talent. Let me tell you kids something. When you can get positive comments from the talent, you get positive comments from your roster, okay, that's always a very good thing, all right, because that tells you that you're doing something right. And when they go out of their way to show you respect, that means something. Trust me, I wouldn't work you here, man. I'm telling you the truth. So when they go out of their way to tell you, hey, Tom, I had a blast tonight. Thank you for everything. Means a lot. You know what I mean? It's funny because if you've never been a part of a pro wrestling event, like if you're just a spectator, which is still perfectly fine, but if you've never had a hand in events or a show backstage and part of being inside of a company, it's so hard to explain. But you're on the day after is such a it's like you're coming off of a high. I've never been high in my life. I've never touched drugs or alcohol ever, so I wouldn't know what it feels like. But I imagine it feels probably something like this. where you just had the best time ever. Your adrenaline was pumping. Everything was wide open and live wire and just, to the wall, baby, all day. Right. And then the next day, there's just a bunch of nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like that buzz is gone. That excitement's over. And you're sort of coasting and off the vibes of what happened the day before. It was like having the best day of your life. And the next day is that's like a Monday. You're like, ugh, Mondays suck. Right. So my Sunday wasn't bad. It was different. My kid was saying the same thing. We were both kind of saying, man, I'm just kind of floating today. Floating is the best word for it. There's no other way to kind of explain it. Air Jackson in the house, kids. What's up, Russell? How are you, my friend? Ghazi, with a great showing, won his match Saturday night. The Rising Stars were what we refer to as the dark match. Which means it was not part of the live stream. Dark match means you go on before the show goes live on tape or on streaming or on TV or whatever, what have you. So yeah, he had a great showing. It was him and Rexon Andrews and Kid Cutter, and they had to go out there and prove themselves, and I feel that they did. Is it over? Nope. Just getting started. And Ghazi knows this because he's got a good trainer. Ghazi knows that your first match, once you get under your belt, good, great. That's a good thing. Now go do a whole lot more and learn as much as you can from everyone that you get in the ring with, because that's what it's all about. It's about learning. It's about getting better. Yeah, man, it's very important. It's very important that you pay attention, that you listen, and that you learn. Ghazi knows this. He'll get better. He's good now, but he'll get much better. Humble. Got to stay humble, kids. So, let's talk about Proving Ground. And then to wrap up the show this fine Monday evening, we're going to talk about our next event, because listen, when we started back in January, the day after Resurrected, which was January 26th, I was all ready to work on First Strike. It's part of the deal in this business. When you're behind the scenes, when you work backstage of the company, there's no such thing as rest. Once you get in and you get on and you're moving and you're rolling forward, okay, one show goes to the next, goes to the next, goes to the next. You don't have time to take a break and pat yourself on the back. I took Sunday and felt good about myself, felt good about the company, felt good about the talent, because we all had such fun. Everything came off so well, However, I was in the meantime of feeling really good about everything Sunday, I was back to work. I was doing graphics. I was coming up with stuff, just little things here and there, and moving toward Inferno. We're going to talk about Inferno. Just you wait, kids. It's coming. So, but in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about Proving Ground. This is the Proving Ground review show, right? Let's talk about this thing. Let's start with the Rising Stars match. As we said before, Ghazi picking up his first win in his first match. Listen, you're 1-1, kid. You're 1-0. You can't beat that. So take this and build on it, okay? If you want to count the Battle Royal as a loss, you can. You could say you're 1-1. Sure. It makes sense. But, as we say here in HVW, always forward always. It's important, okay? But no, all three of these kids had an excellent match. It was really good. It's fast-paced, 100 miles an hour, which, always scares you. You know what I mean? Because you always tell the younger guys, slow down, take your time, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was what's that referred to? A curtain sellout. A lot of veterans, guys, were watching your match. You need to know that. A lot of the veterans were watching your match. So they were very interested in what you guys were going to go out there and do. Here's if I can give you one piece of unsolicited advice, Ghazi, it's this. When a veteran comes up to tell you something, you need to take it as respectfully as you can and never take it as an insult, unless the guy's being like that about it. Then you can kind of, you see what I'm saying? There's a difference between being helpful and being a flat out jerk just because they can. I don't think you're going to run into that in our company. Okay. But I'm saying, when a veteran comes up and gives you a bit of advice, don't question it. Just listen and take notes. Okay. Then if you have a question about what he means or how you can apply it, then ask. If I can give you any piece of advice, it's that, because I promise you, if you listen at the right times, keep your mouth shut at the other right times, and always pay attention, you're going to learn very, very quickly. And the key, of course, is always to get in the ring with people better than you are so you in turn can get better as well. What's up, boy?
My legs hurt.
I'm sure. Came back from Defy, this kid. How long were you up there?
3 hours.
Are you really? Holy God. Yikes. So, yeah, this match, great way to kick off the show. I thought it was well done. Ghazi was your winner in this. However, Ghazi and Rex and Andrews both ended up in the Battle Royal to determine the HVW champion. We will get to that in a scoosh. We had 3 championship matches on the card here, kids, for Proving Ground this past Saturday, June 5, okay? We haven't had champions in this company for 8, count them, 8 freaking years. Bam. So we did have our champions were crowned. So there you go. Steve, front row is here. Steve, I owe you and the rest of the front row a massive apology. Massive. I did not come over and say hello. One of you came over and waved to me, and I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize if it was you, and I'm not showing you respect here. My apologies for not coming by and at least bumping fists with you guys, man. I am so sorry. That is completely on me. There was so much going on, Steve. I can't tell you the chaos that happens behind the curtain before the show starts and during the show. Brother, once the bell rings for the first match, it's 100 miles an hour. I can't even begin to tell you how fast everything goes. A blink of an eye and the show's over. And that's the truth. But my apologies, man, for not coming by and at least acknowledging you cats. It's on me. It's definitely on me. But thank you guys for always being there for us, for always sitting that front row, for getting into the show, man. I really appreciate it. By the way, Steve, hang out if you can. We got information on tickets for Inferno coming up at the end of this pod. Thanks again, my friend. Sugar Shane, what's up? Best way I can describe is like the day after Christmas. Man, great analogy. Great analogy. Front row was on fire. Everybody, this is the Eye of the Tiger, John Matthews. John, to be honest with you, and I don't want to let's pull the curtain back and nothing like that. This is the best that John's looked since he's been in this company by far. His 2020 was fine. His 2021. If this is how you're going to do from this point on, yeah. John, I'll tell you the same thing I tell Ghazi. And John, you already know this because you're farther along than Ghazi is. Stay humble. Keep learning. Keep your head down, okay, and listen. Listen and pay attention. That's my best piece of unsolicited advice. You didn't ask me anything, but you're here, so I'm throwing it to you. But so far, it looks like you're doing all the right things. So please keep it up. I enjoy working with you. And hopefully you enjoy working with me as well. I always like to get good feedback. If I ever get negative, I don't take it personal, man. I'm pretty thick-skinned about most things. Most things, okay? I can be a girl sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes. I mean, we all can, right? Yes, but I digress. Yes, we crowned 3 champions this past Saturday night. Let's talk about the first championships that were crowned. First champions that were crowned. The New Age Villains are your brand new HVW Tag Team Champions. So here's the deal. I have been singing the praises of Nathan Cross and Ryan Riley for a year and a half because they deserve it, because they've earned it, because they're very good. Their manager, Ivan M. Righteous, doesn't care for me too much. He'll be the first one and last one to tell you that. I promise you. Never liked me. It's okay. I have critics. I may have an enemy or two. Life goes on. It'll be okay. All things will pass. This too shall pass. There you go. So, but I have never had any crosswords, no pun intended, with Nathan Cross or Ryan Riley. I don't know. I'm sure they probably don't like me because they're manager, and I get it. I totally get it. You circle the wagons, and you stick to your own tribe, and I completely understand. However, I've never had an issue with them. They are fine tag team wrestlers and fine singles wrestlers as well, and they're your new HVW tag team champions. The match they were in, listen, to come out of this match with the belts with a win, dude, you flat out got some work done. I'm going to tell you right now, man, because that thing was out of sight. Insane. 4 corners tag team match, baby. I don't know if we've had anything that exciting and that, pedal to the metal since we came back in 2020. New Age Villains took on the Foundation. Travis Roberts and Dylan Dollar. The White Claw Outlaws, AC Reddick and Chad Bartlett, Cam Jackson and K. Omari. Those were your 4 teams, kids. And I'm telling you something right now. It was full throttle. I can't even tell you. If you haven't watched the show, we streamed it live. It's available on the YouTube. We've got some audio issues. Try to work through it. Try to work past it, man, because the matches themselves were just top notch. You're going to love the show. I promise you. If you haven't seen the action, tune in for the action. Don't tune in for the issues we had on commentary, okay? Because we had some issues. I'm not going to lie. However, tune in for the matches because they were, again, top notch. So, yeah, man, it was an exciting match. We knew that we had, when this match was booked, I knew that we had 4 great tag teams representing HVW in one match. And I think the whole time I was thinking whoever wins this match is going to have earned it because it was hard to call, if I'm being honest, very hard to call, if I'm being blunt with you, because there's just so much happening. But my God, it was so fun. I had the most fun watching this match, and I'm not even fronting with you, man. It was straight up awesome to watch, big time. I really enjoyed myself, and I think the guys in this match, even though they fought hard to get the belts, probably enjoyed it as well. The New Age Villains did what they do. They're the best. And now, despite what you may think of them, now you have to say they're the best in this company. They are. They are our tag team champions. They are the benchmark now. And they, I'm sure, would tell you that they're the benchmark before. And I totally get that. Okay. And I respect that as well, by the way. Totally respect it. But they're the benchmark now. Okay. They're the champs, baby. And when you're the champs, what's Nick Aldis call himself, the dealer? They're the dealers. That's the truth. Everyone, welcome AC Reddick to the pod. AC, it was a pleasure to meet you, my friend. I know you and your partner aren't much for the fans, and you guys didn't talk to me a whole lot. I totally get it. And I'm not saying we got to be bros or anything, but it was a pleasure to meet you guys because I enjoy your work. I thought you guys were, honestly, I thought you had it. I thought there was a lot of near falls in that match. I swear to God, I thought you guys were going to be our next champs. So everybody, please welcome AC. AC says, White Claw Outlaws still undefeated HVW. We had to be taken out from behind for the Vampires to get the pin. So there's this whole thing between these guys and NAV. You had to go back and look at the Proving Ground promos to know what I'm talking about. But it's awesome. It's very entertaining stuff. The White Claw Outlaws, they like to mess with you just at least a little bit. Okay, they like to get in your head just a little bit, and I respect that. Look, man. I'm not going to get into ancient history here, but back in the day when I was doing the manager stuff, I know what it's like to play mind games. You just try to get in the head of your opponent. So I totally respect that. Totally respect it. Okay? For real. But yeah, man, those guys, there's a reason why that they were booked. Because White Claw Outlaws are very good. Don't let the comedy ha-ha and playing with the crowd fool you. These guys are very good, okay? Straight up. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Cross. One half of the, I'm smiling because I'm a freaking nerd. My wife will tell you. She ain't shy about telling you what I am. That's the truth. And tell her to keep it clean, for God's sake. All right? I'm a freaking nerd, babe. You want to know why? Because I'm getting ready to say the words, one half of the newly crowned HVW Tag Team Show. It just makes, I'm such a nerd. Because we've had these belts for a while and couldn't freaking, you see what I'm saying? Couldn't run, couldn't do anything. And now that we're back to action, look out. All right? Yeah, it makes me happy right in here. I listen. I love this stuff. At pro wrestling, listen, can I soapbox? Is everybody okay with that for just a scoosh, please? Please? Pro wrestling hits me in a way that nothing else can hit me. Stuff does, I get it. I'm not talking about friends and family and all that love stuff. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about pro wrestling hits me in a way that nothing else really can. Dude, a good promo makes me cry. I'm sorry. I admit it. I flat out admit it. When I hear, I'm about to do it right now. Isn't that weird? When I hear a really good promo, I'm talking about it. It kicks me in the gut. Dude, I cry. I'm not even playing. Because when it really grabs your emotions, dude, I can't help myself. I don't care. I don't care what you call me. I don't really care. Call me Tom, you're a fan. Here's one. I rant about this in the main event every week almost. You're a mark. Oh my God. Anyone that goes around calling people marks, shame on you. Shame on you. We're fans. There's a difference. Huge difference. There's no, don't even get me started. I won't soapbox. I promise you I wouldn't. Okay. So people come whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I'm always going to be a fan at heart. This stuff hits me in the feels, as they say. Do they still say that? I guess maybe they do. I don't know. But pro wrestling hits me in a way nothing else does. So the fact that we have champions now, it just makes my day. I'm just saying. Freeman from the front row, WCO, he's coming after you. Listen to this. Now, look, we don't need any sideways comments here, Steve. Let's keep it PC, but I know where you're getting. I know what you're getting at with that. I'm just going to let it simmer there. No need to go nuts on us here, but I totally get what you were saying. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the judge. The judge, listen, here's the truth. Without the judge, you don't get Viper. Viper will tell you that. Gary Benfield, excuse me. All right. Without judge, you don't get Viper. And that's the truth. So everybody, please say hello to the judge. Thank you for watching, man. Listen, your comments on the show meant a lot to Gary. He's not here. He's not going to be here, by the way. Did I tell anybody that? It's just me. All you got's me, baby. I'm flying solo, but it's all good. What you said on the comments on that video meant a lot to him. You need to know that. I'm just letting you know, brother. It really, really did. AC, back to AC. Nathan Cross is a decent guy. Looks like Loki, and I get Chris Hemsworth comparisons on a daily basis. Oh, I get it. You get Chris. Oh, I got it. Sorry. I had to reread it there for a second. God, he does kind of look like Loki. Hey, AC, there's worse things to look like, right? You'd probably agree with that, wouldn't you? Yeah, he does. Chad says the only broken back is Stephen Freeman, wife from the Outlaws coming down. All right. Let's keep it PG here, kids. Hey, Chad, you guys might be going back and forth with Steve, but Steve's giving the whole company a compliment right now. When pro wrestling is done right, there's no finer form of entertainment in the world, and Proving Ground was done right. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Judge, I'm right there with you, my friend. I'm a fan as well. Luke, you and I are friends on Facebook now. I assume your dad is Nick Fury. That's Nick Fury. That's a wrestler. I mean, duh, right? I get it. It's got to be the same guy. Got to be. He will not remember me. I promise you. I was a blip on the radar to him. Just like, no disrespect to him, but we tend to be blips on the radar when you're meeting somebody in passing very, very quickly. He was at 2 shows that I was working in Lenore. It was like I literally spent 15 minutes at a time with him, and that's all I did. So yeah, that's cool, man. It's so cool that you're following in his footsteps. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's that kind of business too, isn't it? It's just that kind of business where, daughters follow after fathers, sons follow after fathers. Sometimes daughters follow after moms, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. But yeah, this was straight up an action-packed, and action-packed is the word for it, baby. Action-packed from bell to bell, this match right here. I love this match. This might be my favorite match on the card. And that's hard. That's tough. But let me tell you something right now. This is the truth. If you didn't see it, go watch it. My God, go watch the show. What's wrong with you? Everybody there will tell you. That crowd was up here from the first match. And guess where they went all the way through? Nowhere. Stayed right here. It's no joke. No joke. Stayed right here the whole time, baby. The whole freaking time. That's the truth. The whole time. Up here. Crazy. Crazy. I don't know the last time I was even involved or even went to a show where the crowd stayed up the entire time. Usually you have ebbs and flows. Some matches bring you down. They're meant to. Behind the scenes. Not too much. But some bring you down. Some lift you back up. It's the ebb and flow. It's the crescendo. Yes. They were up here, Jack, all night. And that's the truth. And the whole roster will tell you that. I don't know how many of the guys back behind the curtain were like, God, these fans, man. I don't know. Here's the deal, baby. I haven't been in front of a live crowd in a long time. And I haven't been to a live pro wrestling show with a live crowd in a long time. So there you go. So to me, I'm sure everything sounded maybe crazy. Chad says, all I do is PG. Pure gold. I love it. JD, no worries, my friend. Hopefully you'll be there next time. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you much for that, man. Means a lot. Means a lot. She says, I'll nothing more than to haze the boys, but know this. I'm a huge fan of all the talent, except for the White Claw Outlaws. Man, it's starting to get nasty up in here. That pop during the 4-way tag match. Oh, I know, dude. Are you kidding me? Jeez, shut up. It's so good. It's so freaking good, man. I had such fun during that match. Let's move on. We got other matches to talk about here. You don't want to stay here all night, do you? Don't you have a life? I don't either. But you can, I mean, we'll act like it, and we'll act like we got stuff to get to after this. The second match, this was a grudge match. John, are you still with us? John Matthews defeated Elijah Proctor. John had a mission. That mission was, I'm about to mess this fool up. Hashtag, I'm about to mess this fool up. John came out, ball of fire, man. He's ready to kill somebody. Ready to kill, baby. Ready to pounce. That's the truth. Like a cat dipped in water and then thrown out in the floor on a dog or something. He's ready to go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, he was... And, you know, to Proc's credit, man, he didn't get rattled. It took a little while. He mostly stayed on his game, but it didn't matter because John got the win. A hard-fought match. Hard-fought match. I was impressed by both young men in this match. John did a little bit more, perhaps. John maybe wanted it a little bit more, perhaps, than Elijah did. John Matthews won this match. Here's what I'll tell you. I suspect this is not over. Both men have made it known to me behind closed doors that they don't think they're done with each other. So, with that being the case, kids, don't be surprised if on August 7th, saying, that's good. So, yeah, John Matthews defeated Elijah Proctor. The match was, yeah, dude, shut up. Very good. Very good. I was impressed by both guys. Yes, sir. The boy had fun. I was telling Sadie actually during intermission of the show that, because she was asking my son if she said, did you want to come or did daddy drag you here? He's like, no, I wanted to come. Fair question. She's a mom. She knows how this works. Right. And I told her then, I said, look, he won't watch it on TV with me anymore. You know, he never really did all the time anyway, but he does like to go to live shows because we'll go and he'll get into it. We went, all right. So rewind to like 2018, I think it was 2018. Yeah. We went to an Evolve show. Okay. And Drake was on the card, you know, small world, right? Drake's on the card and he's out in the crowd. He's chopping whoever he's with. He's chopping. Of course he is, right? It's a stick and I love it. And the first couple of chops happen and he's just watching. And then by the third chop, it rang out all across town. My kid goes, oh my God. He just looks at me like that with a big smile on his face. And I'm like, I love when you get them. Do you know what I mean? I love when you can get a fan, when you look in their face and you know that they're like, oh, they give you that expression like, holy God. You know what I mean? My kid had that night. Sometimes when I'm doing commentary, I'm supposed to be watching the monitor, and I am, but because he's the timekeeper. If I haven't told anybody, the boy's the timekeeper for HW. Does an excellent job, by the way. But I watch the monitor to call the match, and I'm doing this out of the corner of my eye to try to look at him, and I'll see him pop sometimes, and I'll see him smile, and it just makes my day better. Montrese, thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. I appreciate that. Oh, AC talking smack. For the record, Tom Clark abuses animals, talking about drowning cats. Sarah McLachlan would be ashamed. Please don't sing in the arms of an angel. That dog commercial with the sad dogs, I can't. If you get stuck on a loop on the wrong day of the week, it's usually like on a Saturday or something, forget it. Forget it. It's game over. It's all day with that Sarah McLachlan commercial. Oh, my God, with the sad dogs. At one point, I'm like, I got to turn. I can't do this anymore. Rips your heart out. I have a cat and a dog, AC. They're both perfectly happy pets. I would never do anything foul to my animals. Ever. They're good. They're good pets. man, I don't want to drag anybody down here, man, but do you ever think about, do you have like a pet that's like this dog's best dog I've ever seen? My dog, you're the dog, man. I love this dog. Dog's not going to live forever. Makes you sad. It'll make me sad if I think about it. Isn't that awful? It's horrible. I don't want to think about my pets not being here. I don't want to drag the pod down. Sorry about that. Sometimes I veer off course. Yeah. In the arms of, what did I say? Did I get the song wrong, JD? Did I get the song wrong? Did I say it wrong? Yikes. Yeah, maybe I did. What's up, Alma? How are you? Alma, my friend, we are talking some HVW. So there you go. Yeah, this match was hard fought. John earned every bit of this. He had to earn it. Elijah's a tough character. Tough character, man. He's a different kind of cat, too. Talking about cats. He's a different kind of cat, different breed of guy. And he earned this one. John did. Here's the thing. Proc's manager, Ivan M. Righteous, got banned from ringside for this because he gave the NAV an assist. And look, if White Claw's still here, listen, guys, I don't advocate anything like that, man. You know how it is. You've been in this game for a while. You know when someone's got a manager, typically what tends to happen. So he got involved quite a bit. And then Gary stepped up and banned him from the next match. He got banned from ringside. I mean, he should have. Be honest with you, he might should have been thrown out in this match if I can get real with you here for a second. But the good thing is that he didn't do anything that directly led to the end. And plus, by the way, the White Claw Outlaws did not get pinned in that match. So I'm not trying to, book anything here live tonight. But if you ask me, who I think should be the NAV's first, title defense, I mean, White Claw didn't get pinned. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Don't you think it makes sense? I bet they would agree. Sugar Shane says the show was great except for that lame WWE stunt Crucifix pulled in the HVW Championship. I expected more out of him. Well, I saw him going back and forth with you online. Yeah, Chris isn't shy, man. Oh, I see. Thank you, JD. Yeah, JD, please God, don't sing it. Yeah. But yeah, again, hard fought match. I thought both guys delivered. And no, I don't think it's over yet. Let's go to this match. Another match that, listen, it's been a year. It's been over a year since I've been in the same room with Jake Jacobs. I'd forgotten how big this kid is. He's a big kid. He's a big guy. Okay, I'm 6'3". He's taller than I am. Yeah, and I wouldn't cross him. I'm not going to cross him. We didn't know what Mook brought to the game. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with Mook. I'm all cards on the table here, being transparent with you. I didn't know what Mook brought to the table. Gary kept telling me, you're going to love this kid. He's awesome. And I'm like, cool. I can't wait to see him. I love this kid. He's awesome. He's very, very good. He unfortunately did not get the job done against Jake Jacobs. However, that doesn't mean that he can't get the job done against someone else. Mook's going to be back. He's part of our roster now. We're very pleased to have him. He's exceptional in the ring. The guy's got a ton of energy. He's got charisma. He picked Jake Jacobs up on his freaking shoulders. Are you kidding me? Shut up. I mean, Jake, I don't know how much Jake weighs. Jake's probably 6'4". He's probably pushing 250. I mean, maybe I'm going too heavy. I don't want to oh, here we go. Dante. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ivan M. Righteous. After extensive research and 36 plays of In the Arms of the Angels, as I was removed with extreme force, I have decided the time is right for Dante. See you at Inferno. Dante. Dante? You know, there's a character in Mallrats named Dante. Is that who we're talking about? No, that's Clerks. No? Yeah, Clerks. I got my Kevin Smith references screwed up. Dante, we'll have to wait and see. I have no idea what he's talking about. So we'll see. So, hey, listen, for what it's worth, maybe it's not worth anything to him because he doesn't like me. Congratulations to Ivan M. Righteous's tag team. NAV are the new tag team champions. And by the way, the whole first segment was on them. You missed the whole thing. I'm just saying, you tuned in way too late, man. Not that you care if I'm praising your guys or not. Shane says, "Now I don't always see your point, but you should have not been banned from ringside." Oh, I don't know, dude. He cheated quite a bit. I'm just going to call it like I see it. I mean, he did. Referee's back was turned, you know. And honestly, Shane, you have to understand where Gary's coming from. This guy's been pushing our buttons for a year. He's kind of on thin ice, I would think, you know. Yes, sir. I knew this. Before I clicked it, I knew it. Yes, Brody was Mallrats. Yes. I love that reference, by the way. Coolest thing ever. It's one of those little fun facts that I can't get enough of. That reminds me of a line from Mallrats. Man, why don't they bring back a remake good shows like BJ and the Bear? There's a concept I can't get enough of, a man and his monkey. I love that. Can you tell I love that movie? I'm a Kevin Smith guy. I really am. I started my podcast before I got into Kevin Smith's podcast. But side note, fair warning. Kevin's big thing is put your voice out into the world. Put it out there. And if only one person hears it, then you've done something. If you're a creative person, guilty. If you've got stuff to say, again, guilty. Then you have to put your voice, your energy, put your content out in the world. Find a way to make it happen. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter if it's the best ever. Make it the best that you can make it. But put your voice out there. You know what I mean? He's one guy I would love to talk to just to thank him. Because you try to find things that kind of motivate you and keep you going to the next thing. And his stuff has been very motivating to me for a long time now. So yeah, I'm always willing to show love to Kevin Smith for sure. Sorry, I got sidetracked. This match was good. Going into Jacobs versus Mook, here's what happened. If you don't know the skinny, I'll give it to you right now. Mook dissed Jake from day one. Said he was all right. Now, in some people's world, that could mean, well, that's not disrespect, Tom. That's just, he's saying he's okay, but not as good as he is. All right, sure. But in Jake's head, what that was, you're disrespecting me. I can't have that. So, they went to war, and Mook did his best. I mean, dude, Mook gave maximum effort during this match. I mean, it was, he did everything he could to pull out the victory. Now, it wasn't enough, but anyone trying to step up to Jake Jacobs, that's a big deal. He was undefeated in our company last year. I mean, it's not for nothing. I know we didn't run very much, but I'm just telling you like it is. And by the way, he's still undefeated in our company. So there you go. And we got loads to talk about with him because Crucifix knows who he's going to defend his title against first on August 7th. Can't wait to tell you about it more. Don't leave. You'll miss it. Jake Jacobs gets the first title shot against the Greek Wolverine Crucifix. There, I said it. I won't take it back. So, that stems from the Battle Royal. We'll get there in a second, kids. Yeah, I was impressed by both guys in this match, if I'm being honest with you. Mook definitely has a future in this company. We're very glad to have him. We're very glad to have Jake on board. He's a great guy behind the scenes. Mook doesn't really talk that much to me. I don't, it's okay. But Jake's a good guy. So, yeah, man, my chair's being. Can you hear all this? God. It's being exceptionally loud tonight, kids. I have no idea what's going on. This thing's possessed or something. I need a young priest and an old priest. I say it won't do it on command. It's like the frog. It won't, hello, my baby. It won't, not on command. The pop culture references are just soaring in from all avenues tonight, even more so than usual. I got a mind full of junk. I threw it at Sanford and Son. How you like that? I told you. I'm all over the place tonight, baby. Let's talk about the Battle Royal. We have a new HVW champion. Again, no one's held that belt in 8 years. Crucifix is your brand new HVW champion. He said he was going to do it. And he did it. The Greek Wolverine. Not the first time he's held that championship. but he's got it right now. And yeah, he's our HVW champion, folks. He outlasted 9 other guys in that 10-man over-the-top battle royal. He outlasted about 4 of them by being outside the ring. Now, here's what happened. Okay, here's what happened. So, he was in the corner with I think it was Kay Holiday, pretty sure, and he came down awkwardly on his ankle, and it looked like he tweaked it. Okay, he rolled out. He's taking his boot off. Everybody's going to rush to check on him. I've known Chris for a while, and you often wonder when someone's kind of sort of trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but whatever. But it really didn't feel like that. It felt like he was hurt. And I mean, I was concerned. He's one of our top guys. Now he's the top guy, right? At the time, but like we were all concerned. Now the fans kind of weren't sure. And then the room got dead quiet. And I mean, dead, dude, that room stopped. It stopped. Remember I told you they were up here, right? The whole time. And they dropped. It was the only time that night that got quiet. And that's the truth. Hand to God. Only time. They didn't know what was going on. None of us did either. And Gary's at ringside checking on Chris, and he told the ref, just go, man. And TJ said, are we going? And it's like, yes. So they just went back to war against each other. It gets all the way down to TJ and Jake. Jake gets TJ out of the ring. They bump fists as a sign of respect. And then guess what happens? I got some videos queued up. I'm going to be straight with you. I kind of forgot they were there. Judge, brother, I did too. It was insane. I mean, he was, I just couldn't believe it. When he got up and then when he got in the ring and he won the belt, he's hopping on the one leg like he's sticking it in the fan's eye or something. Come on, man. Crazy. He got the job done, Judge. What can I tell you, man? He got the job done. Crazy. But yeah, man, he's your new HVW champion. I got some videos queued up, and I kind of forgot that I had done this. Let's show you just a tidbit of this win. I'll show you how Chris Fix got the belt. Folks, check this out. TJ, I don't know, man. We heard a bell, but I don't know if that's it. What's TJ? How's he going to respond, Charisma?
You know what? Like I said, he's a stand-up guy. Sportsmanship.
Oh, there you go.
He bumps him.
That's a big man right there. You see that? Literally the big man on campus. Well done.
Now,
good show. Good show.
All that's left is the reward.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new HVW.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what is he? Oh, he's out!
What?
You're kidding me right
What?
now!
What?
Oh my God!
No, that's not fair. That is not fair. Well, he proved that he wanted it. I said earlier, I don't want a clean fight. I want to see people do what it takes to get what they want. And he did just that.
There you have it. I couldn't do it justice, could I? Something else, man. That's something else. So let's talk about the fallout from this, and then we're gonna jump back to something else because I forgot to play it for you. Let's talk about the fallout from this. So we called up, and by the way, on the call that night was Charisma. If you get a chance, go follow Charisma on Facebook. She's awesome. She's a very nice person. Very cool to work with. Very smart, very talented, very good at what she does. Okay. And hopefully she had fun. I had fun at the table with her. So yeah, man, it'd be nice to get her on board with HVW for sure. So yeah, we, that was who you heard on the call there. So she caught up with Jake Jacobs, and here's what I'll tell you. Jake is determined, because at the end of the Battle Royal, what you didn't get to see on that clip that I just showed you, Gary was at ringside and he came out and made the match. He booked the match and he let the whole world know that at HVW Inferno on Saturday, August 7th, Crucifix will be defending that HVW championship against the superior Jake Jacobs. Charisma caught up with Jake after the show, and here's what he had to say. Check this out.
Jake Jacobs, what just happened out there? You were in the ring. We thought that you won, and then Crucifix just came in and just stole your victory, and he became the HVW Heavyweight Championship. But you got a shot August 7th. How do you feel about, your shot at this championship? I mean, how do you feel in general about what happened tonight?
I appreciate the fans tonight. All right, let me just put it this way. I'm at a loss for words. You see, me and TJ Boss, we stood in the middle of that ring face to face, and we gave the audience everything that we had. I thought I was the new HVW heavyweight champion. Crucifix, you got a cheap one on me. I'm thankful that I have an opportunity August 7th. But let me go ahead and tell you, the outcome will be very different than tonight. On August 7th, I will regain that HVW heavyweight championship. You're welcome.
Jake Jacobs.
There we go. So you saw him hobbling, right? He went over that top rope very awkwardly. Okay. So here's what happened. We got Jake checked out that night, x-rays, the whole nine. He ended up, everything was negative, which is very good. I checked in with him yesterday morning just to be sure he was good. He assured me he was fine and that he would be ready for August 7th. So we will see what happens here. He upset but determined, I guess maybe the best way to put it. He's going to be ready for Inferno. He's going to be ready for the Greek Wolverine. I got another little tidbit to show you here. We were trying to find Crucifix after the show because I wanted to. Actually, Charisma tried to find him first, couldn't find him. The dressing room is bigger than you might think. And that's the truth. And actually, we got 2 dressing rooms behind that curtain. So if you go to the wrong one at the wrong time, you may not like the response you get. So anyway, but someone caught up to Chris, and it was actually this guy right here. So check out what happened when I caught up to the new HVW champion after the show. All right. First, I'm going to take myself off the screen, then show you. So watch this. What's up, fans? So listen, he's where? Where is he? Dude, there he is. Come on. Follow me. Chris, hold on, man. Listen. Chris, what's up? No. Are you getting this? Listen, HVW championship, man. Are you hurt? Are you not hurt? What in the world is going on?
You can't hurt this. You seen what I did out there to all your top guys. You want me to do some more talking? I'll do the rest of my talking August 7th. The champs left the building.
There you go. He didn't want to talk to me. He got his stuff and he was gone. It didn't take long. He disappeared during the main event. We tried to find him then and didn't know where he was. And then suddenly there he is in street clothes after the main event and he's out. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, he didn't have anything to say to me for sure. So there you go. The whole idea of whatever it takes sounds like the thing to say. It's sort of a stereotypical sort of gimmick thing to say, whatever it takes. But, some people truly believe that. Crucifix is a man that will do whatever it takes to win. And, I can sit back and hate on that. I can criticize that 6 ways from Sunday. We all can. We all probably have. But, dude, let's just call it. Let's be real about it right now, man. He got the job done. He got what he wanted. You can hate on that if you want to. You'll waste a lot of your time hating him for it, I guess. A lot of your life spent hating the Greek Wolverine because he doesn't care what you think. At the end of the day, he's the champ, and Jake's a big boy. He knows how the game's played. He's not sitting back crying over anything. Okay, physically he's good. He's checked out. He's ready to go. August 7th, be here before you know it. And when it is, Crucifix is going to have to stand up and answer for what happened at Proving Ground. So we will see how that plays out. let's get to the main event, kids. This is how you take it home right here. The first ever HVW Women's Championship was decided. And for the very first time ever, the very first time that women main evented in high velocity wrestling. Believe me when I tell you that this was a big deal. Believe me when I tell you that this means so much to our company, that this is not a gimmick. This is not just something to do because women are wrestling a whole bunch now. This is not something to do because we feel like we owed it to anybody. This is not something to do because we're trying to make headlines. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do. Because here in this company, we spent way too long without women in the mix. Here in this company, we spent way too long without women at all. And we don't want to have that anymore. We want this to be, we want this to be, we want this to mean something. We want this to be, it has to be important. I'm trying to find the right words. It has to be important. It has to mean something. All this has to mean something, kids. It's important to us. And we don't know why? Because the women deliver. When you call their number, you give them a jersey. What is it Jim Ross always says? All I want's a jersey. That's all. You give me a jersey and get me in the game. And I promise you, I'm going to deliver. So there you go. And that's all the women want. Just an even just an even playing field. Well, they got it at Resurrected last year because her and Sadie blew that show out the water. And everybody on that card will tell you that. Even no matter how much ego some guys may have, they will tell you that they blew it out to water last January. And that's the truth. They brought it even more at First Strike. And then this past Saturday night at Proving Ground, shut up. Are you kidding me? Triple threat main event, all women's main event for the first time ever in this company's history. Dude, are you kidding? You can't beat that, man. You just can't beat that. I mean, and Hayden said way before this thing ever happened that, neither Sadie or Caitlin wants this as bad as she does. She just kept saying that. She said, no one wants this as bad as I do. I mean, and I don't know if I agree with that, but however, she lived up to her word, man. She lived up to her word. She came in and she did exactly what she said she was going to do. And that's important, man. That means something. You know what I mean? Again, if you give them the opportunity to prove themselves, why do you think we called it Proving Ground? It's a chance for the talent to prove themselves. That's what it's all about, man. And when they did, you give the ladies a chance to shine, they're going to take it. And that's the truth, man. That's the freaking truth. So, yeah, really well done. Again, it was an explosive match. It was fun to watch. Probably not fun to be in because, triple threat means no disqualification, means things got a little crazy, means they may have done some work with some chairs. A little crazy. It is what it is. But yeah, your new HVW for the first time ever, your first time ever HVW Women's Champion, the untamable Hayden Ramsey. Let's show you the end of that match. Check this out.
It's a chance she might re-injure that same knee.
Oh my God, she got Sadie.
Uh-oh, she's going on top of the chair.
Yeah, is this it?
Oh, this cannot be pretty.
Oh my God, that's got to be it. That's it.
And here's your new women's champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have crowned our first ever HVW Women's Champion. Hayden Ramsey has done it. From a severe knee injury, 14 months out of action during a global pandemic. Wait a minute.
Is that?
That's Ella
That's Ella Envy.
That is Kayla Marie's tag team partner. Where'd she come from? I cannot believe this. Oh, she's going after the knee, my God in heaven. Sadie's back up somehow. What's going to happen here? Yeah, it got a little dirty, a little nasty there at the end. Ella Envy coming from out of nowhere. Apparently, she sat in the crowd all night. We didn't even know she was there. I mean, I didn't know. So, yeah, she and Caitlin Marie, who's the third member of that match, are a tag team called Bad and Bougie. And actually, they did an Instagram takeover on Saturday before the show. She was there. Someone told me that maybe she was coming, but I didn't know for sure. It turns out she was in the crowd. I told you the show goes 100 miles an hour and there's chaos backstage before everything goes live. I had a lot to do, man. So all my work was done behind the curtain and then at the table. I didn't have time to look to see who was in the crowd. Elvis could have been out there for all I knew. I was busy. You know what I mean? So there she was. 1 second here. Sorry about that. The boys messaging me about something. So there you go. But anyway, Hayden Ramsey did it. What a comeback story, folks. 14 months on the shelf thanks to an attack from Caitlin Marie at First Strike last year. Wasn't enough to keep this lady down. She got right back up. She had surgery on that knee. Her knee is stronger now and should get stronger as time goes on, which is actually awesome. So really good for her. Very happy for her. I think the fans have something that they can be proud of here because Hayden Ramsey's done a 180. She's not the same person she was when she came into this company in January of last year. She's a change. She's going to represent the company very well. We have, if everything goes well, because we got to be sure we've got all the I's crossed and the T's dotted, if you know what I mean. We're looking at the ladies tag team match for Inferno on August 7th. So we shall see what will happen. Triple threat means no DQ. Then why was I accused of cheating when I did what I did? I demand compensation. Well, you know, brother, you're asking the wrong guy. Yes, sir, Judge. You're right. The women definitely brought it. It was so good. And we knew they would. That's why they were in that spot because first of all, nothing was handed to them. It wasn't like, we're going to put them here. They freaking earned that. They earned it in January of last year. They earned that. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. By the way, dude, if you've never seen Sadie versus Hayden from January 25th last year, go watch that. It's on Resurrected. I got it divided up into matches also if you don't want to watch the whole show. That thing holds up. That thing could have been the main event that night, and that's the truth, dude. That's the truth. So, yeah, they earned it, and Hayden earned that title, earned that championship. Good on her. So, yeah, she did it the right way. She put forth maximum effort. All right, kids, here's part of the show. We're getting ready to take it home. This is what I wanted to tell you guys about. Check this out, baby. Look at that. Shut up. HVW Inferno coming to you live Saturday, August 7th. The Trinity Fairview Family Center, 646 Concord Road, Fletcher, North Carolina. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time 7. There you go, baby. We're right on to the next one, Jack. Train kept it rolling all night long. That's us. That train, the HVW train is going to keep on rolling, Jack. We're going to roll into Inferno. All right. HVW Inferno, Saturday night, August 7th. If you were there this past Saturday at Proving Ground, you got an opportunity to get ringside seats at $10 a pop. That's why it pays to come to the shows, right? It pays to come to the shows because you can get discounts on the next tickets. Tickets for Inferno go live this Friday, June 11th. You can see by the ticker at the bottom of the screen. This Friday, June 11th at high noon, tickets go on sale for HVW Inferno. I promise you they're going to sell. If you were there at Proving Ground, you know that we put out 200 chairs. Full disclosure, counting ringside, we put out 200 chairs. Almost every chair was full, and that's the truth. I'm not going to work my audience. I'm not going to work our fans. I don't like to do that, okay? This is the truth. Go look at the camera. We had a full house. We were very happy to have it. We were honored and privileged to have it, especially considering what we all just came out of. We're trying to come out of now with the pandemic from last year. So we're very pleased with what we had. We want even more. We want double, okay? But I promise you tickets are going to sell because everybody that came this past Saturday who've never been there before are going to come back and they're going to bring their friends. We already sold some ringside tickets Saturday night. We're going to sell a lot more. So if you want to be ringside, you need to get these tickets soon because they're going to be gone. We only have 60 ringside seats, kids. So once those 60 are gone, then it starts filling up from there to the back. As of this Friday, June 11th, okay, all ages general admission is $12. I'll get it right. All ages general admission $12. Ringside is $15. If you wait till the day of, you're going to pay $20 and $15, not $15 and $12. Just like with Proving Ground. So it pays to get your tickets early. I promise you that you will not regret it. Who told you were going to have a good time at Proving Ground? I'm waiting. I did right here. I told you. And guess what? I'm right because I'm awesome. Because I knew I would be right. You better believe I knew I was going to be right. Yes, sir. You had a great time the past Saturday night Proving Ground. Get your tickets for HVW Inferno. You're going to have an even better time. Did you have fun Saturday?
Yes.
He's going to have fun at Inferno, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I knew it. Because, and see, Eazy-E's joining us, kids. Yeah, so HVW Inferno, I promise you're going to have fun. Other people like to do it's our summer event. It's our summer pay-per-view. This is Inferno. We do summer right. We burn it up. We burn it down, baby. Burn it all up, okay? That's what we're all about. Set that sucker on fire and watch it burn. That was a bit wordy, so I didn't choose that one. I didn't choose set that sucker on fire and watch it burn. Get your tickets now for HVW. Set that sucker on fire and watch it burn. Plus, that's sort of inciting violence. We might get in trouble. So I just called it Inferno. I put the brain in the robot, you know. If you watch SpongeBob, you totally get that reference. I'll bet you don't. I'm getting threatened with Puck. I have no idea what that little thing is. Puck. Gianna, don't let me mispronounce your name. First time attending the HVW event, was extremely impressed. Great. See this? Read this. Everybody read this. If you can't read, first of all, I'm sorry. I'm not going to make fun of you. That's a horrible thing to make fun of people for. What's wrong with this world? There's programs out there that can help. You can get some help. Literacy is nothing to laugh at. But if you can read and you're not reading this, then shame on you, because she knows what's up. She knows what's up. I told everybody for a straight month and a half, going on 2 months, you won't regret coming to the show. You're going to love it. She loved it. She listened. She loved it. You see, that's the difference. I'm telling you right now, baby, you come see HVW. You come to HVW for one reason, because you're going to love it, because you're going to get some action. We are all action all the time, Jack. That's what we do. We deliver. We deliver. Okay? By the way, just so everybody out there is clear, as it pertains, everybody listen. Post this on your page. Put it everywhere you want, because I'm about to get real. My sleeves is rolled up, yo. I'm about to get real up in here, okay? As it pertains to other pro wrestling companies. You ready for this? Ow. As it pertains to other pro wrestling companies that exist outside of HVW, guess what? Other pro wrestling companies deliver as well. There's a lot of good people out there who are just trying to run a good show. That's the truth. What'd you think you were going to get? Some trash talk? We don't do that in this company. We don't have to. I don't worry about that. Now, are you going to ask me to get even more real and tell you, or you're going to say, Tom, are there some scumbags running shows out there? Sure. Absolutely. I could tell you a couple. I'm not gonna. Wanna know why? Because I don't concern myself with scumbags. I don't really care about them. You know why? Because they're not doing anything for me. It doesn't help me to hate on them. It sure doesn't help me to sit here and tell you who they are or talk smack about them. And here's the funny thing. It doesn't help them to talk smack about me or my company. It really doesn't. It's not putting any more fans in their buildings. It's not making them feel any better about themselves. And if it does, that's weird. That's all kinds of weird. What's wrong with people? If you are in this business trying to run a good show, run it. Just run the show. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be, ooh, we got to grind an axe. We got to get at somebody. I got to talk. Shut up. Listen, I never since 2019, I've been doing this social media stuff for this company. I've not one time looked at someone else's page to see what they're saying about us. Because I don't care. I don't go to forums. I don't go to chat rooms. I don't do anything like that. I don't go to threads. I got a full life, kids. I got a full-time job with responsibilities. I got a family at home. I got a mortgage to pay. I got car payments. I got a kid to feed. I got HVW stuff. I'm a writer as well. I'm starting up my own podcasting business. I podcast multiple times through the week. I'm busy. I got no time for that. I'm not going to make room in my life for negativity. I'm not going to start now. Never have, never will. So, having said all that, there are some good guys out there running some really good shows. Shout out to Brian Kanabrowski and PWX. Shout out, man. For sure. They're doing it right. They're doing it right. PWX is at the level that we want to be. And I'm not going to be ashamed to say that. That's where we want to be. And we'll get there. By the time we get there, I hope that they're even higher. I want everyone who's trying to do this the right way to succeed. And I had to put that caveat in there because anyone that's trying to do this by stabbing other people in the back shouldn't succeed. I'm just saying. That's how I feel. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. We loved it so much. Our son wants to check out the wrestling school. Message me. Message the HVW inbox. And if you haven't, I haven't seen it, my apologies. I'll get to it. High Velocity Wrestling. Go to the messenger. Follow the page if you haven't already. And message me. We will talk. We will talk. You're right, Belinda. Don't need any drama. Belinda, did I see a message about you had surgery? I hope all is well, and I hope you're on the mend. Thank you so much for watching my stuff all the time and commenting. I really appreciate that. Hope you're okay. Hope you're well. Stay well. Get better. Yeah, I don't want to need any drama. Belinda said it best. We don't need drama. We don't do drama in this company. We don't do it. Chad's going to bring it back down to earth. Chaff and the White Claw Outlaws, everybody. Speaking of stabbing people in the back, where was the private dressing room with HBO on TV? Listen, I campaigned for you, my friend, behind the scenes. I did everything in my power. Gary just wasn't having it. So your quarrel is not with me, sir. It's with Gary. So, I mean, if he had his way, you'd had a black and white TV. You'd had a black and white TV with the movie channel. Nobody wants that. Right? I grew up with the black and white TV and the movie channel, if I'm being honest. I didn't get the movie channel. I was watching it through static. But that's another kind of podcast. So we're getting ready to get out of here, folks. There's one more thing I want to show you. One more. Mook. Shut up, Mook. Listen, Mook. Don't shut up. It's expression. Doesn't mean really shut up. I don't want you to stop talking. You're a great talker. I covered you and Jake earlier, and everybody that was here will tell you that I gave you props. Tell him. Tell this young man that I gave him props. I totally did. Hand to God. I even put over the fact that you picked Jake up and had him on your shoulders. Holy God. That was insane. No one saw that coming. See, Chad's not going to have my back on this. Not cool, man. Not cool. Ghazi says Mook and Ghazi have the best sunglasses in the company. Mine suck. I'm not going to lie. I'm like ZZ Top Bay. I got cheap sunglasses. I don't spend money on them. I'd love to have some Ray-Bans. I know me. I'll scratch them. I'll drop them. I'll sit on them. I'll forget because I got a habit of like clipping them in my back pocket and then I'll sit on them all the time. I know I will. I'm going to show you one more thing before we get out of here. This is just a very quick little something. This is just a little something to just sort of whet the appetite. Okay. Just to get you ready, just to let you know, just to let them know what's coming. Saturday, August 7th. Something's heading your way. Watch this. I'm out of coffee. Know what that means? Show's over. Show's over. Get out. I'm going to turn it like that egomaniac. You know what I mean? As soon as Party's over. Everybody get out. I'm going to start ending my podcast like that from now on. I'm not going to say, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it and all that crap. I'm just going to say, show's over. Get out. And I'm just going to go dead air. Go to screen, black screen. What do you guys think? Should I heal it up? Everyone's left with their phone or however they watch the show going, did he really just cut off that way? What a jerk. I think it'd be kind of fun. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, my friend. Let's have you on the show sometime, man. But listen, Judge, Gary and I have been talking about doing a UWA flashback show sometime. We should totally have you on and do that. That'd be fun. She says, hey, Mook, Chippendale wants their bow tie back too. Aren't you late for your shit to the Lollipop Factory? Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, guys. That's funny. Hey, Mook, I got the comeback for you. You ready for this? Chippendale wishes they could afford me, but they can't. Judge, I'll hit you. I'll let you know. Let me talk to Gary. We'll work something up, man. We'll get a UWA, like a UWA round table. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? How many of us are even left out here, man? I don't even know. How many of us are even left that'll even talk about it? That's the question. Because there's some stuff that even I don't want to talk about. And I'm not going to tell you what they are. And I sure can't tell you here. There's stuff that Gary doesn't even know. And them's the truth. And I'm not even playing right now. If the wrong person hears me say this, they're going to say, oh, I know what he's talking about. I've seen some things, man, and some stuff. I wouldn't recommend it. That's the truth. God, I've gone long. I got to get out of here. I'm getting out of here, kids. Listen, again, everybody, if you're fans and you're watching this live or after the fact or listening or what have you, we want to see you at HVW Inferno. Saturday, August 7th, 646 Concord Road, Trinity Fairview, found in the center of Fletcher, North Carolina. Bell time is 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. Come in, get your seat, buy your tickets, get your seats, or bring your tickets from online. Get your seats. Come in, shake hands, bump elbows, bump fists, throw a punch or two. It'll be fine. I'll deflect. It'll be fine. We're going to have fun, man. I told everybody, I told the world, Proving Ground was going to be a blast. We delivered because that's what we do, all right? I'm telling you right now, Inferno is going to be a blast. I'm telling you we're going to deliver, and I'm going to be right. Can't wait to see you there. If you're one of the talent, if you're one of the roster, and you're watching this now live or whatever, thank you from me and Gary to all of you. The HVW Board of Directors thanks you as well. You guys are the reason. Without you, there's no show, and that's the truth, okay? So thank you so much for delivering an amazing amount of action as only you can. If you're a talent and you've never wrestled in HVW, but you're watching this after the fact, I'm Tom. What's up? Message us. We're always looking for new talent. That's the truth. By the way, go out to see some local pro wrestling. I highly encourage it. You find a show in your area that's doing it right, go see them. And by the way, come back to see HVW. Again, props to every other pro wrestling company out there that's trying to do this thing the right way, that's not spending their time running everybody else down, that's just trying to get better. Because we got some brothers in arms out there. It's the truth. We appreciate that. So, yeah. Thanks again, folks, for checking us out. We're going to get out of here. Everybody have a great night. We're going to be back again with you real soon. We got loads to talk about. We've got an Inferno card that we got to get to at some point. Don't you want to know what's going to be on? Who's going to be on it? Who's going to wrestle? What titles are going to be defended? Me too. We're going to find out together. How about that? Can't wait to give you guys an update, let you know what's going down. We're getting out of here, folks. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you next time. HVW. There it is. There it is. HVW Official Podcast. See you next time, folks. We'll be around. Stay tuned.